Omega-3 anti-inflammatory salad. That is what we're making today, making lunch with me. We know the benefits of including chia and flaxseed in your diet and not too many of the high omega-6 nuts, which a lot of them are. It's always great to balance omega-6s with omega-3s, which we're going to do in this salad. So let's get to it. You can make my lunch with me today. So let's just move this out of the way here. Okay, bring this across here. I've done a couple of new interviews today as well, if you want to go check them out. Jennifer Diamond, incredible story. I thought my story was incredible, but she has been through it. And Dr. Carassa, who incredible, 20 years, almost 20 years raw vegan, completely changed his life with raw food. But we are going to change our life with raw food today. We're going to get a bowl, and this bowl is going to get full of greens. Now, most of the things I'm putting in here have already been washed. So we're going to put some spinach. Now, if you are histamine intolerant, mast cell activation syndrome, this does have a lot of histamines in it. So you may have to taper accordingly. It can get very hard, but this is spinach, which has histamines in it, but you can always use a different green. So into the bowl, we've got some spinach, baby spinach there. Then I've got some romaine here, which I'm just going to cut up. We're going to make a dressing for this as well, but first part will be the salad. Lots and lots of greens. Greens are amazing for digestion, full of minerals, things like calcium, magnesium. Great to balance as well if you are having blood sugar issues. So we want to include lots of greens. So far we've got that, maybe a couple more leaves. You can use any greens you want in this salad. I've just chosen baby spinach and romaine today. Here, like this. Okay, next I love crunch in my salad. Crunch, crunch, crunch. So we are going to include some crunchy vegetables today. We are going to include some celery. So I had a question yesterday where someone was asking me about, they've gone through menopause and they eat a lot. How do you, manage your weight? Because I've been through menopause as well. And I said I could only do it with vegetables. So I do have fruit, I do have fats, but a lot of the time when I get hungry, I have vegetables like this, which are, high nutrient, but also low calorie. So these are going in. So we've got just some celery for some crunch. Some more crunch is going to come from cucumber, which is actually a fruit and full of hydration. I don't know about that one there. I cut that a bit funny. You can use any crunchy vegetables. I've been craving lots of greens. I am going into winter and notice I crave more greens and more veggies at this time. Maybe we'll do this one as well. Okay, now this is actually a low-fat dressing. It's not fat-free, but it's low-fat, which is good because sometimes people don't want too much fat. Okay, so we've got cucumber in there as well. Now, other crunchy veggies are broccolini. I love broccolini at the moment. Ooh, things falling over there. I will also, speaking of hormones, be back tomorrow. I'm doing my Friday live where I clean out my fridge and make something, usually dehydrator involved. But I will talk on my experience with menopause, which I went into when I was 30. And how I've managed it now, HRT, and what menopause is like, what symptoms I found went with fruit but also came back, what have I found is better as I've done a more balanced diet. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. But today we're just making lunch. So broccolini for more crunch because I'm obsessed with crunch. Okay. So lots of crunchy veggies in there. Now I'm going to do some mushrooms. Just a couple of mushrooms there. I did yesterday when I made this, because this was so good. I made it yesterday. I did have some sprouted lentils in there as well, but I ran out. So we're just going to do mushrooms today. You can use any mushrooms you want. Okay, so we've got some mushrooms. Whoop. I'd actually do one more because we don't have any lentils. So we've got that in there. Hey! Okay, so we've got this crunchy salad, lots of greens, mushrooms. What else have we got going on? Avocado. Avocado. Now, depending if you want it lower fat, don't put any in. I've said it's a low-fat salad, but I meant low-fat. I think I said low-fat dressing, which it is. So you can make the salad as fatty or as non-fatty as you like. But these are healthy fats. We want that in our body. Yum. Okay. Alrighty. Place this on top. So what do we? So it's only taken me about 5 minutes to make this salad, so it doesn't take long. There we go. Now I do just want to also put on, I've got some sprouts. I have been craving sprouts as well. So we're just going to put, avocado there, put these on top. Just like, well, maybe just like that for now. Like that. Here is the salad part. We're going to make the dressing now. We're already at 5 minutes. We're on our lunch break. So we're going to make a quick dressing to go with this. Let me move this out of the way. Ideally, I would have loved to soak the dates that I'm about to use, but I didn't get there. So we do what we can. Is this going to, I think we can find it. We can kind of go in there. Okay. So one of the first things I do is get about a cup or a handful of baby tomatoes. Baby tomatoes have the nicest flavor, I believe, in a dressing. So, I've got mint here as well. I forgot to put in. So I'll put a little bit of mint in the salad. Because I want this anti-inflammatory, sometimes I find onion can be a bit pungent, but you can put some in. Okay, we've got that there. Now I was just going to say I'm going to put a little bit of the mint here quickly on top of our salad, which is great as well for digestion. Let me see if you guys can see that. Just put some mint on top. I kind of made a mess of the aesthetics there, but anyway, back to our dressing. Okay. What are we going to do? So in this, I do use Brazil nuts because just a couple, like 2, 3 for selenium. So we put in there. I also noticed they add a little bit extra creaminess to dressings. I am going to put in a huge thumb of ginger. Ginger is great for the gut, great for digestion. What are we up to now? Okay, my dates. If I can get them out. So this dressing actually reminds me of like a French or maybe an Italian dressing, flavor-wise, where it's got like it's very thin, not too fatty. I mean, those dressings may have a lot of oil in it, but this, imagine it's fat-free dressing. Okay, we are going to do a tablespoon of chia seeds. That's a great idea. I've been growing mint. Mint is the best in everything, I feel. So just tablespoon there. I think that's it. We're just going to add some water to that so it blends. So that's the mix going on there. Quite simple. Quite easy. You can make a huge batch of this if you like. and keep it on hand for a few days. So you've got your lunch or dinner ready. Now we're going to blend that up. Oh, I forgot something very important. We need the lemon. Actually, a lot of lemon in this. I actually do 2 lemons, but they're smallish lemons. So let me just move this out of the way for a second. Forgetting the mint, forgetting the lemon. Okay. We need an acid, of course, and lemon can really help with digestion. I find it extremely alkalizing. Where is the here? So as you can see, this recipe is very whole foods focused. You could put other herbs in that salad, like you don't have to do mint, you can do basil, but all the things I'm using like mint and ginger are great for digestion, and we want healthy guts for a healthy life and healthy brain and healthy body. I mean, we want a healthy gut so the gut absorbs everything that we eat besides these yummy salads. All right, back here. Now, how I do this usually, if I can find out where it is I make sure no seeds or pulp are going in and straight in. That's good to go. Now, let's try this again. This is our dressing. What are we at? We've been live for 11 minutes and I made a couple mistakes. So you guys can get this done in 10, I say. Okay, our dressing is done. There's our anti-inflammatory dressing right there. And we're going to put it on top of the salad that we've already made. It is easy to be healthy. I like that. Let's put this comment up. It is definitely easy to be healthy. So I think that's important. All right, so we've got the salad here ready to go. We've got a nice healthy dressing. So we're just going to pour that over the top there. I like lots of dressing. Lots and lots. Okay. Here. Now we're just going to yum, tomato, dates, Brazil nuts, basil, ginger, lemon, water, go. Yes. There's not actually any basil in here, but you could definitely put basil in here. Actually, if you put basil in here, just blitz it through at the end. There is an extra part to this. So that's it, right? But I'll show you what else I do to this. What a meal. Anti-inflammatory, and there's extra anti-inflammatory. I'll show you in a second. I actually love all that I said that when I made it, all the crunchiness of this. So we're going to plate this up. I love to plate things up. I feel like I eat with my eyes, and I don't have a plate here, so we'll grab one. Here. So we have a plate, and we're just going to plate some of this salad up. I always like to just have small amounts and go back, so I'm conscious of how much I am eating at a time. And that dressing will thicken up a bit more because it has like the chia seeds in it, so it gets a beautiful consistency. So we've got that there, and I've thrown a bit. Now, what I do on top, you can put cut up turmeric in it, but it can be quite strong, is for extra anti-inflammatory, you just sprinkle some turmeric on top. And I do like a salt and pepper. You don't have to if you're salt-free. A little bit of salt there and some pepper. There, look at that. That is an omega-3 anti-inflammatory salad. We'll lift this up here for me to try it. This. This is really good. I had this yesterday and I was blown away by it. I was like, I have to make this today. So let me just banner. That's what we've made, omega-3 anti-inflammatory salad. What are we at? 16 minutes, and I've been commentating and made some mistakes. So this can definitely be done in, I'd say, 10 to 12 minutes. And then you're healthy. As I said, I'll be back tomorrow to talk on hormones, menopause, HRT, symptoms, what helps, and also weight gain and menopause. And I'll be making something from what's left over in my fridge because I go shopping on Saturday at the farmers markets. Also, there's 2 new interviews up. One of them with Dr. Carassa, who's absolutely probably the most knowledgeable person I know. He explains all the science of raw foods, which is so rare, so rare. And Jennifer Diamond, who she's had tumors in her brain surgery. She couldn't get up and she ate not raw foods, plant-based. And she healed herself with foods. So, yeah, it's worth it. I will see you guys later.